Volunteer firefighters are looking for extra cover under ACC. At the moment, they're covered for physical injuries that occur while they're volunteering as firefighters, but not for mental injuries. So, post-traumatic stress disorder, anything to do with trauma. Now, let me just put this under a continuous improvement lens. And the reason why I'm doing that is too often people think of continuous improvement as something to do with cost cutting. It is not. If we were to put this very situation under a continuous improvement lens, we'd first be asking what is better? That volunteers are covered for both physical and mentally traumatic injuries? And the answer to that unquestionably would be yes. So where we go further with continuous improvement is we start to look at the frequency of which those mental injuries occur. And what is it that we can do to reduce the frequency of those mental injuries? And by not covering volunteer firefighters for mental injuries, does that mean that the cost to society and the firefighters themselves would be greater than the cost to support them when they need that support? And the answer to that is most probably yes. But that's what continuous improvement drives us to do, to move from what we think and what we feel to what we know, to start to get some data on that, to understand so we're making informed decisions. So too often what we do is we make a decision based on costs. In this case, it might be, I'm trying to stay clear of politics here. It's not about politics, but it's about continuous improvement. It might be that we're making the decision not to cover volunteer firefighters because of cost, but that's way too narrow. Continuous improvement is about looking at the whole process, getting the data across the whole process and making better decisions and improving performance. So I would advocate we go down the path of supporting volunteer firefighters for both physical and mental injury, but then look at substantiating the benefits of doing that, offering that holistic support, but also reducing the frequency of which that occurs to them. And when we capture that data, we start to clean things upstream. So all of a sudden, we might have stronger and more compelling reasons to reduce car accidents. And stratifying that further, car accidents because of roading conditions or excessive speed or drivers that are under the influence of drugs or alcohol, reducing those factors, knowing that we reduce the chances of volunteer firefighters suffering from mental trauma and then having to deal with that later. That's what continuous improvement is all about, looking at the whole process and doing what's better and making performance better. All right. Thank you for tolerating me as I share that thought. But that's what continuous improvement is all about. Cost is so often misunderstood and it's looked in isolation in one process step, and poor decisions can come from that. All right. Take care. Catch up with you soon.